Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here, and welcome back to a Walking Dead review. This is for Season 10, Episode 19, which is titled One More. If you have not seen this episode, if you haven't seen any of the Season 10 episodes, or any episodes preceding up to this point, please do yourself a favor, go watch them, and yeah, enjoy the video, because this will contain spoilers. Alright, I hope you're gone. So this is a Gabriel and Aaron kind of like filler episode, but this episode is super fun and super intense at the same time. Half of it is very comedic, whereas the other half is pretty much stress all the way. Yeah, these episodes, these bonus episodes have been very sorry guys. It's been very solid so far, honestly. They've I haven't given up on hope that, some of these episodes might not be that good. At this point, we're 3 episodes in, they're all fantastic, and this one is no exception because I love Gabriel, I love Aaron, they're both super fun characters to have around. And then the addition of Robert Patrick in this episode as Maze just adds to it because Robert Patrick is absolutely incredible in this episode. He has got to be, hands down, one of the most, intense one-episode villains we've ever had. I think the last one-episode villain that I really enjoyed was Paula from, Season 6, the female savior that kidnapped Maggie and Carol. She was pretty cool, but dude, Maze is such a layered character. We first meet him, of course, where he's holding Gabriel captive. He's asking him questions because they ate his boar, and I guess he was planning on either eating it or he had it as a pet. But they ate his boar, and they were drinking his wine and stuff like that. Drinking something anyway. I don't know if it was. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. They were drinking his drinks. So yeah, he takes Gabriel captive and has Aaron captive as well. But yeah, pretty much everything with Maze in this episode is fantastic, where he makes our 2 characters that we care about so much play Russian roulette. Oh man. Probably one of the most intense moments of these episodes so far, these bonus episodes. Gabriel and Aaron, they go back and forth. You know how it works. There's one in the chamber. They have to keep going back and forth and pulling the trigger, or they can point it at the other. But neither one of them wants to kill the other, so they keep pointing it at their head. And Gabriel pulls the trigger, nothing happens. Aaron pulls the trigger, nothing happens. Gabriel pulls it again, nothing happens. But then when Aaron gets it, the chamber loads the bullet, and we either are supposed to think that Aaron's gonna literally shoot himself right now, or they're gonna use it to shoot Robert Patrick's character, Maze, or something's gonna go down because, the bullet's in the chamber. It's ready to be fired. And Maze is just edging Aaron on about how he should, kill Gabriel because Aaron wants to see his daughter again. And it's such an evil moment for him to bring up Gracie, because that hits a chord in Aaron. But it's still not enough for Aaron to put that aside and kill Gabriel. He still points the gun at himself and nearly does shoot himself. That was absolutely intense. That was just, oh man. Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen Aaron in a more darkened state, or Gabriel, by the end of this episode, because I'll let you guys know what happens in a minute. But yeah, Aaron is kind of talking about how we do need to help people, because that was, what was the right thing to do, and now we haven't been doing that for such a long time. We need to get back into it. And he is very upset because they've been searching these different areas on Maggie's map There's been nothing coming of it, and Aaron really wants to get back to Gracie. And he's telling Gabriel, like, we just need to cut our losses and go back to the others. But Gabriel refuses to give up. Gabriel is very optimistic. That's what I've always loved about Gabriel. He still has that darkness, but he is very, very hopeful and optimistic when it counts. That's one of his defining things as a character, in my opinion. But yeah, they go just to different areas. They don't find anything, and they finally get to this warehouse where, of course, our character Maze is at. And then, hijinks ensue as they get drunk. Gabriel talks about, some of his life. We get some Gabriel backstory in this, which I always like to see, because I like Gabriel a lot. And we get the quote from the trailer: "Evil people aren't the exception to the rule; they are the rule." And after the events of this episode, that quote has never been more right. Because by the end of this episode, Gabriel is very hardened. Not entirely hardened, I don't guess, but, he kills Maze. Robert Patrick's character, Maze, is killed by the end of this episode. He, does get convinced eventually that, family does mean a lot in this world now, and people mean a lot in the world now. I don't know why, I'm so tired. Damn, I'm trying to stop yawning, but yeah, he does get killed in a pretty violent way as well, because, Aaron doesn't have his arm on him, because Robert Patrick kind of disarmed him of that, but Gabriel picks up the arm and just boom, whacks Robert Patrick in the head with it. I'll show it at the end because there wasn't many Walker kills in this episode. At least not none that were very notable. So we're just getting a kill of the week, and that's gonna be the kill of the week. So enjoy that near the end. But man, it was such just a swift, quick boom, and Robert Patrick is down. Maze is down. And he was finally starting to come around because they're starting to preach to him that, man, you don't have to be like this. We can go back to Alexandria. You can help us out. You can build something of your life. And because Maze has these very screwed up views that there's not really any good people left in the world. There's just thieves and murderers is basically what he's telling Gabriel. And Gabriel, this whole episode, even before he meets Maze, is kind of, preaching that there is still good in this world. You just have to, be able to find it. And, you think Gabriel is kind of referring to Maze later on when he says that. But apparently not, because Gabriel was just completely blindsided by, Maze's confession to killing his brother's family. So Gabriel's like, nah, we can never bring him back, and just kills the man. Aaron was he was starting to come around on him. Aaron was starting to believe that, this is someone that we can bring back to Alexandria and possibly, make a good person of him. But, yeah, Gabriel busts him in the head, and he's like, we're good, and Aaron's like, are we? Aaron's even starting to realize, man, I'm blown away. Yeah, Aaron basically at the end of this episode is us. He really is. He's like, what? You can see on his face the shock, man. Oh, hilarious. I can watch that on repeat, to be honest. The boom, 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 boom. Love it. And then we get an even darker turn, as if it couldn't get any darker. Where they kind of start to wonder how Robert Pattinson is talking about, because he has this because we find his brother up in that room, chained to the wall, and his wife and kid are just there, dead. They're not even walkers. They're just They're like they're barely even walkers. They're pretty much all bone, which is super dark because the kid isn't. It's not like we're talking like Henry's age here. This is like season 2 Carl age, most likely, kids. So yeah, I can imagine it took quite a toll on that man's mental health, and it definitely did because he turns down Gabriel and Aaron's offer to take him back to Alexandria, and he shoots himself in the head, man. Damn, it was such a dark moment, and I know I've said dark a lot in this episode, or this review. That's just because that is how you describe this half of the episode. Sure, you get the first half with the comedy, because Gabriel, like, falls into mud, you get a little bit of laughter there. Aaron screaming, or, yelling, because the boar scared him, charging at him. that was a good moment. But then the second half of this episode, especially with the Russian roulette scene, you see Aaron breaking down, Gabriel's breaking down, and they're really trying to convince this man that they are not bad people, that they are still good people, they aren't thieves or murderers. And then immediately after Gabriel says they're not thieves or murderers, he proceeds to murder Maze in cold blood. Not really in cold blood, but just outright kills him, and that's the second time this season he's done that. Because of course, if you remember earlier on in the season, he did that with Dante, the Whisperer Doctor guy. Yeah, that killed Sadiq. But damn, guys. That's all I really have to talk about for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And yeah, take care, everyone. Goodbye.
My name is Maze.